you want to be strong?
Yeah, buddy.
Do you want a Greek god physique?
To this day.
Do you want to gain the attention of the opposite sex? No? Do you want to gain the attention of the big jack guy in your gym?
Frog pose for just 1 minute a day. Stretches.
Well, that looks like fun.
Oh, hell no.
Yes? Well, I've got the solution for you. Train as hard as possible. Skip legs.
Are you fucking kidding me?
And neglect your nutrition. Oh, it didn't work.
I missed the part. That's my problem.
Good nutritional education is very lacked in our modern society. I've recently just started uni, judging by this new setup, and a lot of people I know do not know how to cook.
Someone cooked here.
It's very unfortunate because when you learn how to cook, you know what you're taking in and nourishing your body with. Fitness and nutrition go hand in hand. You can't out-train a bad diet. This is shown in countless calorie challenges, how people try to eat 10,000 calories and try and burn off 10,000 calories.
So I consumed 10,040 calories. I expended 8,615, which means I ate 1,425 calories more than I burned. So that just goes to show you guys how easy it is to consume calories and how hard it is to burn them.
They just cannot burn that 10,000 calories because the body just gets far too tired and fatigued before you can actually do it. Whilst they can eat 10,000 calories in a span of 3 hours if they needed to.
And then the next day had a Garmin stress chart that indicated I should just walk towards the light.
So what are calories? Calories are a unit of measurement used in calculating how much energy is in food and certain liquids. As humans, we are constantly burning calories. We are a machine. Therefore, we need to consume calories to fuel our machine. We burn a certain amount of calories per day, being your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. Now that is comprised up of your basal metabolic rate, so the calories you burn just being alive, being on your bed chilling, your NEAT, your non-exercise activity thermogenesis, so the things that you do in the day you don't really pay attention to. This could just be fidgeting, cleaning, walking, just doing everyday things, even tapping your feet right now because you're an anxious prick. There's your EAT, which is exercise activity thermogenesis, the calories you burn whilst actually training. EF, or the thermic effect of food, because when you try to digest food, your body will burn calories. Find your total daily expenditure. Just go online and search up a TDE calculator. Input your height, your weight and your activity to the best of your ability and it will pump out a random number. This will be your maintenance calories. Now, to find out if it's actually accurate or not, then this is what you will need to do. Weigh yourself every day in the morning for a week. Eat those calories, tracking your food via an app such as MyFitnessPal, and see if the weight changes. If you lose weight, then increase the calories by 200. If you gain weight, then decrease the calories. If you find your maintenance, then perfect. It is basic thermodynamics.
In this house, we obey the laws of thermodynamics.
When people try and cut for summer, they will reduce the amount of calories they eat, in hopes of losing body fat. Initially, the weight they lose is actually just going to be water weight due to the reduced amount of carbohydrate, meaning you can store less water. This will be actually very motivating for many people, pushing them through the weight loss journey. Once you're in a consistent deficit, your body will then tap into your adipose tissue or your fat stores. Unfortunately, the deficit you create will then become your maintenance because your body is constantly trying to get into a state of homeostasis, meaning balance. So then it will decrease your NEAT to then accommodate the deficit.
It purposefully, subconsciously shuts down or decreases your physical activity to try to keep you the fuck alive because it doesn't want you to lose fat.
So let's say if you eat 2,500 calories to maintain and you eat 2,200 to be in a calorie deficit, 2,200 calories will then be your maintenance. Therefore, you will need to reduce your calories even further. To reduce your calories, you can either do this through food or training. The easiest way is through food because, as we know, training too much will be very fatiguing, meaning that, especially if you want to gain muscle in your deficit phase, it will be very hard for you to recover a lot of cardio sessions. An excessive calorie deficit is not healthy. That's why it is a cutting diet. It's supposed to be quite short term. Thankfully, your body is better at burning off fat than it is gaining muscle. Bulk, you will need to ingest more calories than you burn. Why? Well, because it's been researched countless times that being in a caloric surplus, you're basically giving your body more materials to grow. Being in a calorie surplus alongside a very good training routine will result in very optimal muscle gains. Bulking has a very mixed reception in the social media space. Some villainize it due to the fact that even if you have a 200 calorie surplus for a long spread out amount of time, you're going to get fat anyway and you don't need to try. Might be talking about Greg.
You don't need to bulk up, force feed, and throw in as many calories as you can to get muscle.
Or some treat it as the Holy Bible, going to church every week just to praise the bulk. Or they just say they're bulking and they're just trying to get fat.
Boom! It's bulking season!
Personally, I believe it is necessary to bulk to gain muscle naturally. It's quite simple. If you give your body more food, more energy, then it will supply with more energy in the workouts to train harder, creating a better stimulus, and eating more will also result in more recovery. Again, it's all about the idea of giving your body more resources to actually use it to build. It will gain fat, however, because your body isn't going to use all the surplus to gain muscle. Added fat, especially at a low body fat percentage, will yield greater health results than just being lean with abs. To minimize fat gain, opt for a 10% calorie surplus or 200 to 500 calorie surplus. It really depends on you and how many calories you burn per day, but the leaner the bulk is, the better. It takes a very long time for muscle to grow. Therefore, a bulking period should take you anywhere from 6 months to even maybe 2 years. People think they should bulk till they get fat. You don't need to do that. If you can set yourself a body fat percentage limit, and then once you hit that limit, you can maintain from there or go into a mini cut or again a cut. Now, you know about calories, but we need to know about macronutrients. Macronutrients are what makes up calories. They are, well, the nutrients found in foods. There's protein, carbs, and fat. Protein and carbs have 4 calories per gram, and fats have 9 calories per gram. You can also count ethanol, but you know, cheeky bevs on a night out won't count.
Oh my god, the skin is coming apart.
Macronutrients are very important because you can eat your calorie maintenance, but if it's derived of really bad food, then you're not going to fuel your body with enough of those good micro and macronutrients that you need. You can certainly lose weight just eating McDonald's, you will not feel that good. You need a certain amount of macronutrients per day to have optimal training and just health.
Here's what I've noticed so far. Healthier food is now tasting nicer than sugary junk food. I am on the toilet 24 hours a day. I am lazing about constantly now. And I just in general don't feel the
Protein is essential for growth and repair. It is the godsend of the fitness industry.
I love protein too.
We know you love protein. Protein rocks.
Awesome. Protein rocks.
Protein.
It's recommended that you consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight or 2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight, but that could be dependent on your life and the diet you eat. It's all agreed that protein is essential for muscle growth and repair. Protein has also the highest thermic effect output, meaning that it will burn the most calories whilst being digested in your stomach.
Meaning after you eat a meal, your body has to expend more energy to get energy out of the food you're eating on a high protein diet.
Protein is definitely your safest macronutrient. That is why it is prioritized in mainly cutting phases, because it will satiate you and it will reduce the amount of muscle loss in a deficit. Carbohydrates are the primary source of energy in our body. Our bodies will convert carbohydrates into glucose, which then can be used in our muscles to produce force. The more carbohydrates we have, the better we can perform in the gym. The better we perform in the gym, the greater stimulus for our muscles to grow. Thereby, carbs are very important. However, they are not that essential. This has been proven through various diets such as keto and carnivore. Fat is a macronutrient that is also very essential for our bodily function. It is the prime macronutrient that helps with hormone optimization and many other things. When we starve our body of carbohydrates, our body will go into ketosis, meaning that it will utilize fat as an energy source, apparently reducing brain fog and actually providing your body with more energy than carbohydrates.
Sure enough, it did. Didn't help everyone, and not everybody was interested and or able to do it, but some of the ones who were able to do it ended up having a remarkable and powerful antidepressant effect.
Don't forget micronutrients that are found in vegetables and fruit. They are also very important for overall health. So try to have at least one portion of fruit or vegetables with every meal you have. With this in mind, what is the best diet for optimal strength and a great physique? Well, it's all down to you. Shown by very fad diet enthusiasts, nutritionists, and exercise scientists, diet is very specific to an individual. Some people perform well with higher carbs, some don't. Some prefer a higher fat diet and perform just as well in the gym compared to someone else. Some people like to train fasted, some like to train fed. One thing we can all agree on is that you have to meet your macro and micronutrient needs to have the best performance you can. A very good diet is one that you can be able to stick to for the rest of your life. For me, I like the 80-20% diet, meaning 80% of the food that I eat is from whole nutritious sources, and another 20% other things I enjoy that will reduce the mental stress on you and just make what you're eating more enjoyable. Get your proteins through animal and plant sources, get your fats through avocado, fish, omega-3s, nuts, and to get your most bang for your buck with carbohydrates, opt for the more complex sources, but don't be afraid to tap into sugar when you are training. Because again, who wants to be eating like they're going on contest prep 24/7? Even those professionals do not like it. So why would you, an average Joe, want to go and to do that every day? There are numerous diets out there that promote health benefits, but the one that will provide you with the most is the one that you can stick to long term and will actually provide you with the energy needed to have a better lifestyle. If you are fat, just being in a calorie deficit and eating better will yield more health results than the minor things in a diet. Focusing on the very fine details of a diet can be very stressful, and we know that stress is not very good for muscle growth.
Increased soreness duration, lower energy levels, and greater signs of fatigue.
Yes, I do agree that certain macronutrient restrictive diets can prove a lot of health benefits for certain people, but again, you should test out the things your own. Summarize, find the best diet that works for you. To cut, be in a 200 to 300 calorie deficit. You could even go higher than that, but it should only be for a short amount of time. To maintain your weight, just eat the same amount of calories you should. To bulk, eat to 200 to 300 calories for a very lean one, 500 if you want to get a bigger surplus. Prioritize whole foods, enjoy yourself now and then, and just have fun training, because if you can get your training on point, your diet on point, and even your sleep on point, you're going to make massive gains, taking you to the one-way street to a Greek god physique. Happy lifting, lads and ladies, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.